Welcome back, everybody. We are going into our second game of today, and certainly Gamerlegion, and if you're a Gamerlegion fan, you're going to be very happy that the second place curse has been broken.
Yeah.
Because it was getting a little bit crazy. I even, when it was going down, I was still in my mind thinking, this is going to be bad. Like, this is not going to end up well for these guys. But they did manage to do it, and they proved that they are not just the most consistent team, but they can handle these bad situations. Because they had two players alive for the longest time at the end there.
Oh,
It was just Vex and Hamster bleeding out, trying to make it happen. And now, Gamerlegion working their way up these standings and then trying to solidify this top 8 position because we're getting towards the end.
As you say right there, James, just to put a sort of the, what do you say? The needle on the hammer on the, you know what? Anyway, that saying where you...
You need to stop doing English sayings. Definitely.
In any case, Gamerlegion needed that win. That's what I was trying to say.
There you go.
Them and Riddle were tied at 133 with teams sitting, if not right behind them, then close by.
Yeah.
That win right there, it's not guaranteeing them anything. There's still 3 more games to play. But it gave them a breather. It gave them room to say, now we can have one game that might not be another win, but we can still have one decent game, and then we should. I mean, that's when you start doing the math and say, okay, what are the odds that 2 or 3 of the teams that are behind us have really magnificent games in the final 2, right? So great for them to get that win and not be like super reliant on that last game to be a whatever 30-point game.
Still, if you're a team like Riddle, though, I'd be a little bit more concerned. Because,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, they keep having these games where, yes, we get a bunch of kills come in, but certainly on Miramar, it's been a struggle city for them because they get in, like you said, they even started to they changed up a bit today. They went in for an earlier rotation than what they did previously, and still, when they got into the fights, they just went like, what, Clib was up front on his own, then they had one teammate up on the hill, and then one teammate a little bit close, and they all just got slapped down in different positions, and it was like,
yes,
guys, like, teamwork. We've seen them do it. That's my issue.
I think they were splitting in where they were to try and get info, but they were just, I mean, in all honesty, we complimented them for rotating earlier, but a lot of other teams did too. So where they would normally be able to go there, split out a bit, get some info, as soon as they started splitting up, there were just teams everywhere around them. And then again, they were caught on the, you can say, the wrong side of the valley, on the at least the circle that got shifted away from, or the side of the valley that got shifted away from that did end up getting them killed. But of course, still games to be played for these guys to solidify and secure their spot. Because right now they are in top 8. It's just a matter of them staying there.
So Zen jumped out early. They've gone Valdemar. But Avangar look like they're going to go all the way up back to Campo. So they're not going to jump out straight away. We saw that a bit yesterday where they kept just jumping as soon as possible most times. So they're going to wait out a little bit. Seekorg have gone down south as well. They're going to hang around here.
Yeah, the Seekorg jump is interesting. I've seen teams jump south, but I don't think we've seen Seekorg. Normally they go towards El Pozo, but of course, this being a stretch and not wanting to fight for vehicles with Zoekt Een Naam, that's just them saying, you know what, we're just gonna go chill down here and get ourselves the loot game going.
And this loot game, could it change things around for them? It'd be something ideal if possible. ANL, unlucky bait.
This is happening again. You know what we were talking about last week with a guy getting knocked inside of the arena? And we were like, how can you knock yourself there? This happened to... Oh, my God, games, please.
We've got even closer to the island.
Maybe if I don't say it this time around, then it'll just happen. So we won't discuss it at all. We won't discuss it at all. It's just not going to happen, you know?
Can't see it.
Shh. It's not going to happen, James. Shh.
Doesn't exist.
In any case, what doesn't exist might exist for these players. We saw Astro in last game being found on the east, like northeastern side. Sure, there was a crate there, but believe me, it was also even to begin with in that area of the map because he knew that there was a potential of things going in certain directions. And this time around, pretty similar to the last game, honestly, sir. The circle is a bit further south, but we have Los Leones in there. It makes for rough rotations. We have a northern side in El Azahar and the valley. Makes for equally rough rotations, and the entire center point that is in water and an island is Impala and a huge open field. So you really do not have a whole lot of centers to play around if you're a late team coming into the circle.
Now, when it comes down to it, and what we're going to hopefully see come into play is some of these teams learning from these circles that we're getting more often than not now. K23, they had an interesting attempt at trying to rotate down south, and they had to back away. They weren't able to fight it out too much. This time around, let's see what they end up doing this time. Avangar, they don't have Zen near them this time, so maybe this down-south route is not going to be too much of a problem for them, but LXG and Powerful will be close by as always. Riddle, again, have exactly the same direction to go. This is 3 times now they've been comfortably able to rotate in, but how are they going to change up so they don't go down early?
Yeah. And also, where can they go in this circle? Sure, last time they could sit on the northern side, they scout around because the circle was just that little bit further up north. Now they have to figure, do we go out east, try and go through Azahan, down by the shoreline? Do we go with some of these teams? We know Forze, they loot in my team. We know when We Need a Home are looting down in the area of the power grid. How do we maneuver into the circle? Because arguably Futbolist is one of the harder teams to have done your prep work on, considering they haven't been around for as long, and unless if you know exactly when they're gonna leave Minas, it's a hard place to scout for them because they're downhill and Minas is uphill. How do you get like vision and knowledge in that position without just driving straight through it?
It's something they will have to try and figure out. It's not going to be easy at all. There's no tag team, interestingly enough. They're quite split up here. They got themselves in a spot where O'Connell's quite far forward. He's over towards the Besiktas. They've done these things
before. They've done like this exact split actually before, where they keep arrows up. I believe in the first game, Futbolist lost a player to arrows up in Graveyard.
Yeah.
It has surprised me at times that they keep the split because it is very thin, and especially now with this circle popping, that arrows haven't gone down to Jupsik or that Jupsik hasn't gone further. They have set two guys, together and taking one of the priority compounds. But they know that right now they're sitting in one of those kind of highways to the circle for teams that are coming in from the northwestern side. So maybe get going before those teams start rolling up on you.
Yeah, I think like a 2-2 split is not too bad here, but when we're getting all the teams rotating in, this is where I get scared for them because they do want to turn things around. They had such an awesome day one in terms of performance and results. Yesterday was a little bit lackluster. They didn't start off great today either. They ended up in 12th place in our first game. We Need a Home. We keep coming back to them. They are still within the top 8 in terms of points, but they've not had the greatest of times when it comes to Miramar.
See some fights escalating now. Sam Peak getting caught out as they start rotating out. And again, I mean, Northern Lights and Insidegames, they haven't really been fighting that much when it came to exiting Las Leonas. They've been pretty good at and making room for one another, but it seems like Sam Peak has caught himself behind a vehicle, and there's no way in the universe that he's getting out of here alive.
Yeah, that's not going to work out for Sam Peak at all. His teammates, it's not even really worth the risk of trying to come in and save him. So he'll just go out to Northern Lights straight away here. Aswin's going back over to his boat. As per usual, if you guys are watching the map stream, he's just the first one down. Maxizor's alongside him. They take different spots and say, do you know what? Let's gain some ground early on here.
Yeah, they were playing it safe from the northern side in the last game, and this time around they're saying, you know what? We actually have a chance to make a move here. Let's do that instead. Hamster spotting out Ivel, but not able to get him knocked. He had him real close, but not able to do the damage needed.
Yeah, less than ideal for him. They're looking for T-Bone now. He's on the bike, taking a few shots, but Hamster's not able to make him connect, and he did a lot of damage towards Ivel. Not so much to his health, but more the car as well. Sprayed away. He's going to be kicking himself after that one, because that would have been an ideal pickup. He's then rotated all the way around. Max has all gone over to the island.
He's already committed. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go to the island.
Why not?
Why not?
He's good with the long range, you know. He'll just sit there and pop people from afar.
Max is always taking a boat, and he's set up shop on the island. And then again, I mean, worst case, it doesn't go there. Well, then you already have Asperin securing the northern side, so you just turn around and go back.
Ground would have been covered as Gamerlegion. They now end up driving past Zen. So Zen have got out and gone the other way. Vazku's still rotating in. You can't quite see it at the bottom there, as Ivel's going to be spraying away, and Fex is going to be the one to take a lot of damage. Oh no! More damage being done, and it's just trading positions here. It's like leapfrogging each other.
I wonder if Ivel's going to take his car and drive past Gamerlegion now. Just because that's kind of what's been going on. Now they do finally stop. Seems like Bjorn is the only one that committed to it, though. Both Fex and Hamster are far off.
Ivel straight in with the reload. T-Bone landing their shots, getting the damage done, and will get the kill. Bjorn's going to fall straight away here. And Zen, they played it well.
Yeah, interesting way that it all unfolded, but in the end they did manage to get themselves the kill. See T-Bone and Ivel making their run up. They get 2 screens because they deserve that off of that kill. Vex is trying to make his escape. They won the last game, and now they lose a player early on. Losing players early has been a thing that Gamerlegion struggled with, especially in phase 1. So,
oh, Norkis, no.
Hope to see them be able to make up for this. Ooh, Norkis is in the open.
Yep, Futbolist are just firing on down towards him. He's throwing smokes down. He's just like, please, I need some more cover. Can this work out? Besiktas will found some of the other powerful players as well. So they're just all out in the open, flying around. Gonna drive in to rotate it, but it's not working out. And Seekorg have actually picked off McCann, so that's 2 players from Gamerlegion gone down early here.
Rough early game for them. We talked about there just isn't lots to play around.
And that's also because Seekorg, we said, don't usually play down there, right? So Gamerlegion probably never expect. They were like, oh, okay, we saw Zen. We didn't expect another team to be coming up right behind us as well.
Nice call, exactly. Zoekt Een Naam went west instead of east, and they were saying, well, that should be our entire south side completely free. We want to rotate early. We do that southern loot anyway, south of Picado. Should be plenty of room to roam around, but nope, not gonna happen. One more crate in the sky, pretty much off the map as well. If that shows anything, then and I don't know what it shows, James. What? That's not. Yeah.
I don't think Ezra will go for that one.
Yeah, I'm just curious to know in 20 seconds what's gonna happen in this one, because it is a very, very eastern circle, and even if it doesn't go to the islands, if it has any water in, there's barely gonna be any room for these teams to play around.
But everyone has got in the circle to start off with without too much. Like, we've only lost 4 players, right? Seekorg are already in and the Blues just about to come in, so everyone made it before really taking damage.
The thing is, teams are extremely close to each other already, so if they have to start rotating, there's a chance.
Maxizor's like, yes, I've got my sniper island to play from all by myself.
Next one doesn't shift onto land, the one after that does. So should this next circle go over towards the eastern side, then, well, I mean, all hell could break loose. But I was also saying before, the teams are already sitting really close. You can see it right now. There's no way you ever see this much fighting in a second rotation in a game. I mean, it's absurd that everyone right now is either driving or shooting at one another, because there's just, I mean, everybody's just so close together.
Futbolist just watching everyone rotate and saying, let's try get some kills. Let's try get some shots off. Let's try and make this happen. It's K23, we need a home. We speak about them again. They're not having a good time. K23 are rolling up on them, and Just White and Greg are getting the damage done. Smashed up behind the car, more coming out his way. Greg's trying to hold on, but he will eventually go down. Tries to find some cover. Will be able to stay alive. His teammates give him a bit of cover. This will work out nicely for him, but we need a home. They're not done yet. Smash. He is living up to his name, and he is smashing K23 down.
And K23, they're sitting in 9th place right now. They want to get a good game here. As I said before, you don't want to put everything down on that final game. Morpheus and Powerful out once again. That's kind of been their thing on this map. Unfortunately, they've had a rough time throughout it. Now they do get taken down in 16th one for more. Handybro taken down as well as LXG get themselves a rotation kill.
LXG, they continue to show us that they will be a force to be reckoned with here.
Avangar is the only team that has committed to the island so far. Now the thing becomes, if they have to go back on land, sure, we said before, it's easy peasy, there's plenty of room, but now everyone is down by the shore, and there's not a lot of room anymore.
They will be target practice. Unless they, unless they see the next circle, doesn't shift the islands, and they go really far around the islands on the right-hand side, and then they actually end up going to Putaparito and see what they can do there.
That would be the thing.
That's the only option they have.
All the way down south, and then hope that the circle is down there too, because if it's a northern circle, yeah, that's going to be tricky. But now they're trying to take control of both the islands as they send players over there. LXG will get looted up on the fallen Riddle player, and K23 here, Just White by himself, getting pushed up upon by the entirety. While spots out one, but goes down immediately. Katurgan once again dealing the damage.
Ooh, the diamond!
Nice jump out from Smash, but not going to be enough.
Oh, huge. Very solid hold there. That's 4 kills already, but he is the only player left alive for K23. We need a home. We'll go out in 15th. And again, just something's not clicking for these guys.
We mentioned it, though. For K23, those 2 points, you never know, could be the deciding factor. They're sitting in 9th right now. Every single point they can get with them could be the difference maker.
And the Wildcats have found him. They're trying to get some long-range damage done, though. There's that Will. Should be able to escape. More shots coming out towards him, but he's slowed down. He's just going to try and back away out of this, and he's thinking, please, no, miss these shots.
Yeah, and Riddle has got to be happy with this, because right now, I mean, it's K23 sitting right behind them, and Riddle sitting in 8th right now with them, I believe, 12 points behind. So it's a close match, it's a close thing, and they've both taken casualties already. So for K23, seeing that Riddle play go down, it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. But even more so for Riddle, seeing 3 K23 players finished off, that's got to be a good feeling. Especially considering that they're not exactly having the best game yet. Or right now, at least. No
tag team, though. They're just having a look on the edge. They've already got themselves in. They're still playing on the split positions.
Oh. One day, James.
I will get it when I want it.
One day. Avangar, though. What's your plan here?
I'm literally telling you, they've got to go Putaparito. That's literally the only option they have now. Because
or far north, I guess. They parked the boats on the backside of the islands, and they could go far north.
And go back, so go back into the blue and then come back around.
Yeah.
They should have vehicles there, because no one else would have tampered with their vehicles that they drove to there.
The cars are too far up. The cars are too far. You see an Octave now coming in from the water, but I think, Simpson must know this, right? He must be looking.
You hope so.
I like that Snoopy goes down on the shoreline to try and help out. Should anyone be peeking in their direction, then at least some sort of suppressive fire will come in. But Max is so on an Octave. They are indeed the D-Day breachers. And, well, Simpson is going to play the Axis in this little role play we got going here.
Avangar are real-life action men, aren't they? They truly are. This like
full Navy SEAL on it.
Solid plays, good aims. I'm going to trade off a nade here between Pixel and Tomil. Oh, that worked out for Tomil. Max headshots in there. He literally gets the island and domes him. And now the rest of them will come across, and there's no problem. Avangar have done it, and there's even a crate in the water if they want to grab it as well.
That's insane.
Tell you now, action men. Avangar, change your name.
Just jumps off and just gets down one immediately. Tamil, nades for days. Gets one thrown in towards Xenix as well. Solovic is in there too, and that's going to be a knock coming in.
That was just unfortunate. Tomil maybe not expected such an aggressive play coming out from Xenix there, but he might be able to hold them off. Xenix getting in with a revive, and it's all going to come down to this timing if Tomil wants to push forward on it.
He still has one nade as well.
Oh,
Could potentially throw it through the broken door there. Seems like Archer did get back on his feet. No nades being thrown immediately. Tomil trying to stay put. He's a wise player. He's not just going to throw nades for the sake of throwing them. Want to use them when he's going to have to.
Where's his teammates though for Tomil? He's backing away now. Doesn't want to engage in
his entire team is on the southeastern side of Impala, on the hillside, trying to hold the high ground position. They're trying to do a 2-2 split. It seems like Tomil got kind of caught off here, either before he got a chance to rotate or something else similar. I think he was planning on going back up to his teammates, and then things just didn't really work his way. Circle, I would assume, now has to go north. Next one has to shift away from water. So Impala ending with the mountain. Interesting. The
timing here, if Tomil can poke out behind him, because they're starting to move forward inside games. He's also getting some extra loot if he wants it as well on the floor. I don't think they'll expect him to be on this side. They're so focused in front of him.
Look at how he's moving. He's taking micro steps right now. Now did move a bit more. Could have been steps hurt. But if you just do this as he's doing right now, like moves 1 centimeter, because they're moving around as well, makes it extremely hard to hear anything he's doing.
Question is, will it work out? Tomil ever so patient here. Page going to find himself getting knocked down in the mini screen we've got down below. Seekorg are the ones to do it, and they had a good game just previously, and they've now found themselves 2 knocked players on Zen as the new circle has popped. And we are going over to Impala. We've gone up north, and guess what? Everyone on Avangar's in there, and guess where Esperin is? In the water, just chilling. Tomil does come alive.
While everyone's fighting, people are embracing the calm, and it's Esperin taking a swim for credit.
It's just hilarious to watch it all go down.
They just don't care about the early game. They just do their thing. Tamil trying to hold people off, constantly under fire here. He needs to do something though. T-Bone doing crazy flips on his bike, trying to secure a spot. But the Shack there does get to go to the spot. So I will go down just before. Page now down as well. So I believe it's just T-Bone remaining. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's a solo player. He is.
Not the ideal start for Zen again on Miramar. But Northern Lights, they're going to be fragging out. They're going to find them kills onto Aros.
And all honesty, I mean, Zoekt Een Naam doesn't really have anything to be scared of at this point. They just need to secure top 8 spot, right? So they're guaranteedly going to win. But interesting ending. We rarely ever see these endings up by Impala. They are more oftentimes go a little more inland, or of course all the way out to the islands. So this whole hillside, you can see it right here in the screens. The left side up there, the mountain, that could potentially be where you get that ending. Not on the mountain itself, but on the foot around it. Very tricky place to fight around. And if you Besiktas on the top right there, you gotta be feeling good right now.
Yeah, Besiktas are banking on that to work out. We'll have to wait and see when the next circles do pop as Northern Lights. Some shots coming out towards them from the no-tag team, but they've got teams all around them as Barlos is also going to run into Snoopy. They get knocked down. There's a lot of damage coming his way. They throw the smokes down, but Avangar won't stop shooting anytime soon.
Gotta give kudos to Northern Lights as well for still using vehicles at this point. I mean, I know it's a dangerous area to be in, but the fact that they realize we don't have any cover if you don't bring them. It's not like they just sent the vehicle center.
Oh no.
Snoopy's
quite high.
Snoopy. Not far enough. No, but the fact that they still use the vehicles for cover here is really, really smart. They're staying alive.
Barlos just healed up and he got dropped down to like 10 health.
Yeah, 10 make that 1, I think. Really, really, really close call for him. T-Bone is still on the backside there too. And Circle is closing in already. But Avangar sitting on the southern side. The circle could go anywhere. And of course, they don't want to move too far, but at least they're one of the teams that are sitting, well, with some sort of room on all sides.
And we talked about T-Bone being the solo player left alive for Zen. He's just coming in behind Seekorg and Northern Lights. So there's no one else coming out of the circle, which means he will be the last player in.
Yeah, everyone else is pretty much in already. Barlas is holding the backside, and everything else is just T-Bone having to make a decision on when he's going to move. Is he going to take the bike? Is he just going to try and sneaky peeky make his way forward? What is going to happen here?
Gamerlegion, they've only got effects remaining, is that?
Yep, just chilling. Desart is still alive too again.
Oh, he's up in the corner.
Every single point that you can fetch here, Desart could be the difference maker. So stay put for as long as you can. Gamerlegion as well, winning last game. And now Fex, just solo player remaining. It's going to be tough.
Seekorg have had so many knocked players. The revives will only get you so far as Northern Lights will be shooting. Northern Lights is going up against No Tag Team, Seekorg, and Insidegames on shots at the moment.
Oh, and they're just shooting at everything. They got a high ground position, and they're trying to hold everyone off from making potential rotations up towards them. I like to see the way they're playing. And now the circle does go out east, and not only is it going to shift into the edge of Impala, but we get so much of this mountainside, and it's really not an easy place to play around.
And for fours, when you start to make your way in, you've got all the teams that are currently in Impala to deal with you. It's an interesting one for them and K23's Desart. T-Bone's just going to wait in here for everyone else to move forward and then go, now it's maybe my time.
The thing is that the entire part south of where Besiktas is, and like southwest, is a huge open field that we can't see right now, but it's a big open field down there. You can kind of see it on the bottom screen for T-Bone. So everyone wants to swoop underneath and go down to where Avangar is, which means that T-Bone can't stay alive here for much longer, or at least stay still here for much longer. Oh, Jupsix spots them out, but he fails to do the damage. Multiple vehicles driving on forward, and now they're jumping out. 4 guys strong against 3 in No Tag Team.
So many nades coming out as well. And Nux is going to find one of the Seekorg players. Desert's actually getting one in there as well. K23 get eliminated though. For's going to find it straight up into it and give it. He's not giving it all the way just yet. He's got a couple more players behind here. Spraying out onto the deep. Damage comes back out towards him. And that is a solid hold from Northern Lights. They jump out the cars, they take the fight, and they are going to take the kills as well.
Great return damage coming in there. Fex now waking up and saying, I can engage in this one. Gets himself his second kill. Real quickly right there. Gets himself a double. Good job by him. Quizzy taken down now as well. Jupsig, last remaining player, up against Perfectix, and they're on the edge, very, very far edge of the circle. There's potentially 4 solos. Make that 5 coming in with Tummel just crossing the road as we speak, trying to stay alive as Insidegames shoot over towards him. It's going to be one team out. Perfectix trying to make the run on through, but there's still multiple other players to deal with.
Again, Northern Lights. Against the odds, they're able to get it done. No Tag Team will fall, and Perfectus is going to make his way forward. Is he aware of Fex's position, though, as T-Bone taps away, and he will take down Northern Lights. That's not going to work out for him, because Quizzy had already been knocked.
T-Bone had been quiet for so long, and now he's giving up his position. Tamil obviously not going to make this push on through. Insidegames do get the better of him, but Fex still trying to stay put here. They got themselves the win last game, but again, we cannot call them guaranteed at all just yet. They're still think about the things these guys have been through, and we saw 3 teams make that 2 teams from placement points.
T-Bone, he had a rough ride ahead of him. It was never going to be easy, and he does get found out by the Seekorg players who have got themselves inside the circle, but still right down at the south. They don't want to challenge Avangar after losing 1 player off the back of that.
Now, unless if this circle hard shifts northwest towards the city itself, it could be extremely fun to see it go south.
Nade goes out. Shots come in. Nade doesn't... Oh, it does work, but only gets Sunday on a knock.
Yeah.
And he'll get eliminated anyway. Nice try, Fex. Good effort. Best thing you could do, really.
Circle centers up on the mountain once more. Not something you see happen to... Look at the mountain. You can't even get up there. It's just one big... mountain. And that's like, what, right now, 50% of the circle? And the thing is, if you get caught on the wrong side, you can't cross over either. So if you're sitting in Impala right now and this next circle goes south, then you can't make it there. And if the next circle, like the same way, it goes the other way around.
Max is all doing what he does best. Nade's coming out towards him. Fuse is just being left here. LXG don't want to charge into this. He's not even trying to move back, which means this is going to be an easy pickup kill coming in for the Avangar players. They're on the hunt for more of them, though, and it seems that LXG just want to try and disengage with this, but Nate does come out to knock Max's, which is a positive start, but this spray from Snoopy, he makes it look so easy. picks himself up the next knock, and they are going to bring the pain off over towards LXG with only 2 players left alive for them.
I like the initial disengage from LXG here as well. Really wisely saying, you know what, one Avangar player rarely ever comes alone. We're just going to back it off here. We weren't in a position to take a fight. They realized this and try and make a run off from it. Spiro now by himself against 3 players. He really, really needs Sneaky to help him out. He desperately needs his help down there.
Just back it away.
Yeah, he's like, no. Can you just...
You're on your own, man. Nades coming out. Damage being done, but no knock just yet. Spiro just going to be hiding in the house as Sneaky Slayer says, I'm going to sneak my way into some placement points. You hold him off, mate.
Yeah, but I highly doubt that Avangar is going to get that one, or let that one go by itself. They're going to jump in, they're going to nade, they're going to do everything they can to get him down. One player, nope, not even one player. One player did get knocked, but that was Aspirin getting a little too trigger happy, taking out his teammate.
They all went and said, that's mine. And sadly, sometimes that's just the way it goes down. Snoopy will get revived, that's no problem. They're comfortably in the circle.
Vote kick.
Could you imagine? It's like, that's it, I'm done. Screw you, man. Getting that kick. But Seekorg, they've been like quiet coming in. They didn't want to fight Avangar when they lost that first player, but they would have seen all this going on. Maybe that's an opportunity for them to try and get started. Besiktas' position is huge here, but they are going to have to make their way down at some point. That's going to be the problem.
Besiktas is the only team that right now doesn't really care whether the circle goes north or south, in the sense that if it does go north, as I said before, it's going to be really hard for all these players that are on the northern side to get around to the other side. And the same thing going the other way around, because the circle damage is going to be so high and everything coming into play there. So this next circle could potentially be the final one of it, depending on where it's going to go. And we still have 9 teams. We're so far into the game, and we have yet to get into placement points.
Simsy doing some nice damage there, looking for some more as well. Seekorg being fired at by both Avangar and Besiktas here. Sneaky Slayer though, find Grishka power. Looking for Higgy as well, spraying out towards him, but the nade probably coming your way. Sneaky Slayer, be careful, it does come near. It doesn't finish him off. How is he staying alive? 25 health. Quickly tries to get himself going, but he might have to take that fight instantly.
Circle did go south, and Avangar is trying to get into some sort of control on the southern side. Besiktas have the center spot up top. And well, I mean, right now their task is going to be holding off all the people coming in from or trying to leave out of the area of Impala.
Hickey now needs to deal with Sneaky Slayer. It's a 1v1 between these two, little do they know. Avangar just going on for the wipeout against Seekorg, and they'll go down in 9th place. Avangar going back on pure destruction.
Just got into placement points. Simsy got himself a knock on towards Snoopy, so they're starting to deliver damage from above.
They're like, oh, it's you guys again. Good fun.
Wildcats as well. They've got 4 guys in it. But as we said before, they're on the wrong side of the circle, and Anna goes down here. And not at all in a position to help out. And nope, not able to get the finish off.
He's got a nade ready though. He wants that extra kill, but he might take some damage if he overextends there. They are looking towards him. A&L's down just below, but Besiktas, they've got this high ground and they can use it very well here.
What is Futbolist planning on doing here? Because right now they're just sitting in the church, but there's no way they're getting out of there alive if they don't move now. Like they need to get to the other side. Oh, pray. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing.
Praying for nades do not come into them.
Prayers. I think you might be able to vault up over by where Simsy is. No, actually, I don't even know. I don't think you can get out of there if you propose now.
Oh, man. A&L's waiting for Riddle to push out. The last player left alive for Riddle. He knows it's coming soon, but he'll just die out to the zone anyway, so he can just back away happily with that one. Oh, no, he can't. They found him, and they're going to take some damage now. Futbolists, they do come alive once they get the opportunity in there.
This circle is really, really interesting. It's something you rarely ever see. Higgy is trying to vault and run and run and vault and do everything he can to stay put, but that's not going to be easy either. We've still got 7 teams alive with just 14 players up. Senec's gone down now. Lux and Besiktas at all. They just have such a view. Look at the overview they have of this circle. Yeah. Absolutely insane.
You move, we'll see you. That's basically it now for Besiktas. They can hold this strong as they like. Higgy goes out to the zone. There was no way he could really turn, so that'll see Falls out in 7th, but at least some placement points within it.
What is Futbolist going to do here? How in the universe? Look at the thing is, there's the 4 guys alive. They have so much to fight for. They just didn't move when they had to.
Luxy boy, that's a headshot.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they do kill Besiktas, they physically cannot get inside the circle. They can't get up here. They can't run around.
They're just realizing it. They're like,
yeah.
Maybe we stay.
Look at the circle damage. Or maybe if you run right now, vault, like run and vault, you cannot take your time. Now the circle's already closing in 10 seconds. Guys, I found the way. I found the way. You gotta come to me right now.
Quick.
If not, then you're just gonna die for the sake of dying. Don't run up there, Gluten. It doesn't work. They tried it before. It didn't work. They're just falling down and falling down and falling down.
Lux will find Mockingjay, and they're looking for more of these players trying to work their way up. Ultra, he knows he's going to be able to hold on to this. Him and Lux, no problem at all. Spraying on down into him. Genzo, though, does manage to get one, looking for another. Oh, headshot! Genzo again. This man is just a machine. He can play it so well on his own. Simsy's going to try and push him. He's got 5 health. He can't deal with this. He doesn't know really where to go, though.
He had the teammates down there. Had they not been jumping around and dying as they are right now, that could have been a 3-man surprise push around the side. Oh, no. That, guys, is honestly lack of map knowledge. You have to know these things. It's tricky because we rarely ever, if pretty much never see these endings. You never see these endings. But at this point, again, if you want to play with the best of the best, these are things you need to know.
Besiktas now only have 1 player left alive. They had so much control. This is all for the Wildcats to potentially come in and win. They're going up against 3 solo players, Azvarin, Simzy, and Sneaky Slayer. LXG, though, full respect to them that Sneaky Slayer is still up in this. We've had 7 kills so far. Avangar getting found. Azvarin goes down. And Simzy, he's trying to land some long-range shots. He's trying to do some big damage and pressure here still, acting like he ain't scared of going down.
Both LXG and Wildcats really need a good game here. They really want to win in this one as well, obviously. Neither of them are inside of placement or inside of top 8 so far. Yeah, exactly. So everything they can get here, and then 2 similar games to it would mean potentially them getting into the top 8. Is he just gonna take the car now?
Oh wow! Go on, Simzy.
Where are you driving?
Uh-oh, lots of damage coming out towards him though.
Where is he going?
Trying to get center, but instead he walks into Sneaky Slayer.
Or maybe he thought it was a 1v3. Maybe he thought it was a 1v3 because he didn't see Sneaky over there. I don't know.
Sneaky under pressure though. The Wildcats could be looking at their 2nd win here. Overall, they've had 3 kills. This could make it 4, which isn't high kills, but the 14 points in total would do them well. They certainly need it. Sneaky Slayer has been the sneaky player the entire game here because his teammates all went down and he backed away a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nades coming out though, and it's going to be a struggle to try and connect him.
It's a tricky terrain to work around. And worst comes to worst, Turkin and his teammate know exactly where he is, but no boosters, I would assume, coming in for either Slippy or Turkin. So they are sitting at 70% HP. That could be the difference maker. Sneaky and winning this one potentially.
Got to land those shots, and there's got to be some big boy shots if he wants to take this win. Slippy being very careful, but you can see there's a big difference in the blue. The blue comes out towards him. He's not aware of it. He's just looking and focus fired, but they won't get another kill, which means only 13 points for the Istanbul Wildcats, but their 2nd win on Miramar.